What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Aries EDC. I hope you are coming back, and if you are, thank you very much for checking back in with me and checking out this new video. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. You get to see projects like these in the works and from start usually to finish, which is what we are talking about today. I am a EDC fixed blade knife maker. I make EDC size fixed blades for the most part. Every once in a while I stray from that. And today I am sharing with you 3 projects that I have been working on. So if you've been following around on the channel or on Instagram, check me out at Aries EDC. You will know that I've been working on these 3 knives, and I've been sharing kind of step-by-step process on how I've been doing it, but they are all done and I'm excited to share them with you. If you haven't already seen the short that I have posted on almost all of these, but yeah, they turned out really well and I'm going to share them with you. The reason I'm sharing this with you is not only because I'm done with the projects, but because I was looking at these knives and it's the one of very few chances I feel like I'm gonna have the opportunity to share with you the 3 skeletonized knife models that I have. I just so happen to have been working on all 3 at one time, and I have all 3 completed, all 3 together, and I've been taking kind of group pictures of them, but they're all done now, and I'm kind of excited to have all of them, and it was a unique opportunity that I can share with you. So let me go through them real quick, and then we'll talk one by one. Let's see, we'll start with the largest one, which is a model I call the Gargoyle. The Gargoyle is, this one is 80 CRV2 along with the column, which I'll talk about in a second. All of my naked models usually come, I try to make it into a thicker steel. So this one is 1/4 inch thick, 80 CRV2. Like I said, I try to keep the flats of the blade and the handle kind of that raw steel material, so you still get a little bit of the texturing of the raw steel. And then I do different finishes for the bevels. This one, the customer who decided he wanted this one, wanted a nice satin finish the way that I had it cleaned it up before, so I got that for him. I like to use a thicker steel on my skeletonized models just because you're not putting any scales on the handles. You need something to hold on to. So the thicker you can get that steel, the more grip that these knives have. This is a full 4-finger grip. As you can see, your pinky fits right in there and your hand goes perfectly in that handle. It's a really comfortable grip, really good. It's not going to be slipping, even though everything is rounded off really smooth, including in the handle. It's not going to slip out of your hand, so you can really get in there, get some cuts with it, draw cuts, whatever you need to do. It's a perfect little knife. Sorry about all my fingerprints on the blade. I'll have to clean those off. But you know, this thing is an amazing knife, and it's the largest skeletonized model that I have. So I start off small and I work my way up. So this is the Gargoyle. The Gargoyle, let's see. So overall, it's about 6.5 inches long in total length, and the blade from tip to probably about the middle of the heel here is about 2.5 inches. So it's not terribly big. Here, let me move some stuff out of the way. But as you're looking at, I go through this with you guys, you're gonna see that it is the largest of the models. And for me, it's a pretty big package. Like I said, I make EDC size fixed blades, something that you could use and break out every day or carry with you. And this one gets a little bit big just because that handle is quite large. You could zoom in a little bit. You could see that we're talking, you know, if you're measuring from the tip to the back of the heel, that's 2 3/4 inches, but the blade is about 2.5, like I said. So you can, I guess it depends what state you live in and how mad that cop is when he pulls you over on or whatever, or wants to talk to you about that blade. But so that is my largest, the gargoyle. Next up is the naked column. This is becoming a fan favorite, I guess you could say. It's kind of strange for me to say fan favorite, but you know, every time I share a picture of this model, it gets a lot of feedback, and I get some people who are like, man, I want one. So normally when I make one of these, I usually have a buyer very quickly. So this is the naked column. Again, this one is 80 CRV2, 1/4 inch thick. This one I acid etched it and stone washed it, so it has that nice texturing to it on the flats of the blade, the bevels, and on any of the rounding on the edges is a nice stone wash. This thing turned out really, really good. Again, you got the nice rounded handle. This one is a 3-finger. You can kind of get your pinky right there, but it's a 3-finger. What I do like about this one of my favorite thing on this one is where your thumb lands. So you see right here, you get that round and then it comes down and kind of comes up, and your thumb usually gets right in that area, right where it needs to be to grip that knife really comfortably. So really great. You can control, pinch grip it, get up on the tip if you needed to do any draw cuts or opening a package or whatever it is. Got a nice edge on it. Yep, so the naked column is one of the up and coming most popular models that I make. Seems like everybody likes that one. So hey, I'm happy. That makes me happy, and I'll just keep making them, just like I do everything else. And finally, this is only the second time I've ever made this knife. And I just happened to decide I was going to do it in Damascus. So this is kind of a neck knife type of, instead of the other one, I just did the 2-piece sheath instead of a taco style sheath like this one where I fold it over. And then I put a strap on it. But this one, I don't know, I kind of have it more set up as a neck knife. You can tie anything off up here, and that's not going to fall out. I mean, it's not going to fall out ever unless you pull it out. But here is the creep. This is some of that Damascus that I had left over from another project. I had just enough to do this knife and one other, and I'll show you that here in a second. Acid etched it for, let's see, 2 acid etches for about 20 minutes. And then I did this coffee etch. And the coffee etch I did for almost 10 to 11 hours. It ended up being a very long coffee etch. And I'm really happy with the look of it. Even in here where it kind of gets a little lighter, it still came out really amazing looking. I love the pattern. I really like how on the rounding of that you can see the layers of the Damascus, which is fun. So this is a creep, small little EDC carry knife, nothing major, but a fun little blade that I did. And although I said a few minutes ago I like to use a thicker material for the skeletonized, something this small, it's not going to be something that I did use something too thick, but this is a little bit thicker than an 1/8 inch, so it worked perfectly for this one. So the creep, I try not to make it too big just because it is such a small little knife. The dimensions on this one, overall length is about 4 5/8 long, and the blade is 2 inches. So there you go. And just so you know, for the naked column, overall length is 5.5, and it's about 2 3/8 blade length on this one. So there you go. So these are my 3 naked skeletonized models that I have. I don't put handles on them. I keep them this way. They're fun. It's something different. You know, I was inspired by a design that I saw and I went with it. And I've made the column and the gargoyle out of a thinner material. And although it works great. I feel like it kind of gets lost in the hand, or it's not as comfortable as it is when you get something nice and thick and beefy like this 1/4 inch thick steel. It makes it a little bit more comfortable in the hand, gives it a little weight. What I really love about the gargoyle, you guys, is that balance. This thing is balanced perfectly. Let me drop it all over the place, but that thing is just balanced excellent. So it just feels so good in the hand. And the column is too. The column is perfectly balanced as well, right where you want. Your finger is here, and it's just, you can open and close, and it's just right there, perfectly balanced blade to handle ratio. It works really well. They're great little packages, and I'm just super happy that these guys all have new homes and they're going to be going out. Gargoyle goes out tomorrow as I'm filming this. These 2 will go out next week. So my buddy gets back in town so he can get these. I'll ship them off and get them to him as quickly as possible. But these are the naked models, or the skeletonized models. I keep saying naked because of the naked column. But these are my skeletonized models that I have currently. There's one other one in the works. I'm still kind of getting all the details put around that one. But if you've been following along, you know I've been working on the knives. So I got 3 done and getting ready to go out the door. So I'm happy about that. If you're wondering, the Damascus rock hopper, which I have right here. Jeez, Scott, what's going on? So this guy is all nice and clean, ready for me to start working on handles. I'm rounding everything off, and my goal with this one is to put scales, but I'm going to recess the scales off the edge so the rounded spine and the handles stick out beyond the scale. So that will be a really cool project for me to do. I plan on doing copper liner with some rosewood that I have left over, and so I'm going to make that kind of thin with copper pins and tube. So it's going to look kind of neat. I'm going to try to get that rosewood nice and dark, and then I will finally have my rock hopper that I've been waiting for. So this one will be mine. It might be hard to see, but there is a little bit of the patterning there. There you go, on the handle you can see it. So it is Damascus, and I'm looking forward to finishing that. And the bud and the pedal, if you've been following along, I started working on the handles today, and I got the bud 75% done on the handle, and then I have to start the pedal and get that one done. Hopefully this week I'll have those 2 in a good spot. So hopefully by next weekend, all 6, well, okay, 5 5 of those knives will be done-ish, maybe, or at least on their way. And then when I'm done with the 5, then I can get back to my rock hopper and finish that off. And then I can get to a collaboration project, which I've shared a little bit about, but I'll share a little bit more about that next time. And one other knife that I've started, and I really should probably get it done, and it's that Crow. The Crow was the big blade with 440C steel, and I'm hoping to get that one going soon as well. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to break these guys out for you today. I've been looking at them, my 3 naked models that I came up with for my design, and I have all 3 of them on display for you, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to do that for you guys, so you could see the ones that I have. I can do different finishes on them. I've blued this one. I've made it look like this, where I just polished the bevels up. So it's fun to see in different stages what I've done. But that's what I have for you guys today. Again, if you're new checking the channel out, please subscribe. You can see a lot more fun stuff like this. Not everything I do is skeletonized, although the naked column has become a popular model, so I seem to be making these a lot. But it's not something I do a lot. I do handles, I do everything else, but today was all about the skeletonized models. They're fun. They have a unique look. They definitely are comfortable and could serve you. So if you're interested, next time you see me making one, reach out, because I can make sure it's yours. If not, it's probably already been spoken for. But anyway, guys, again, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. That choice is yours.